I'm not seeing any of that cohesiveness.
Take note. Big Beach.
We're here.
My man, Alan,
It's different this time.
What's up, guys?
What's up? Another game. Preseason, game 3. One more to go Friday with Zion.
Yeah, I know. These games got driving me up a wall. I think I went through every emotion in this game. I was pissed off early. I was upset. I got sad. I got excited. I got hopeful. And I end the game.
Too much for preseason.
Too much. And I end the game now feeling just like I did before, cautiously optimistic, because there's some things I saw I liked and a lot I saw I didn't like. But let's get off. The Knicks lose by 4 to the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young had a good game. We struggled a lot. One thing I want to start off with.
I want to talk really quickly about Trae Young because he's so exciting to watch play.
Not when Frank is locking him up, though.
Frank
had him in jail.
So that was nice. That was nice. So that when they were talking about Trae Young, they say, he has all these strengths, but the one thing that he doesn't have clearly is the size. And Frank being up against him with that 7-foot wingspan was
he's all over him.
The only person I'm seeing giving him trouble.
Dennis Smith had a nice steal on him, but Frank, we'll get to Frank because that's going to be later in the show.
Right, okay.
But Knicks lose by 4. Like I said, Trae Young obviously had a good game. I want to talk about something early because I got really frustrated. This was Dennis Smith Jr.'s first game back, and he was atrocious. He looked unhealthy. He didn't move like Dennis Smith like we know. Later on, he's back. Later on, near the end, I did see some nice things. He had that nice play on Trae Young I just spoke about. Nice strip. He had a jumper. But he really looked kind of uncomfortable out there. And on a whole note, what is going on with the offense? Because it literally feels like like last year, and I know it, a lot of last year, I tried to chalk down to the fact that we knew what it was. We were tanking after a while. A lot of random guys. Fizz didn't pick the team. It was guys who was there before, blah, blah, blah. But this year, I'm like, he had a year. A lot of guys came back. Like, I want to see at least an idea of something. And it literally just seems like, all right, Randall, you try. Oh, you're in the post, you're stuck? Okay, give it to Marcus. Marcus is going to do something. And even when Marcus and these guys score, I didn't feel good about it long term because I'm like, Marcus Morris will score if you just keep giving him the ball.
Right. And same for Bobby Portis. And same for Taj, who did a great job.
Taj had a nice game today, Yeah,
and so all of those guys, we know they can score. That's why they're on the team.
They can hit buckets. Right? They can do the right thing. Yeah.
Wayne Ellington as well, giving us some nice points. But really, who we want to see scoring is the Kevin Knox, the Mitchell Robinson, Frank.
Yeah, we want to see our young core do it.
Yeah, it's not happening. I really felt in the beginning of the game, especially. I know you were upset in the beginning of the game that there was no system.
I literally tweeted something to the effect of, I have no idea what's going on out there because it literally just felt like. And this is what's crazy. When Frank is in the game, I know Frank is not really a good offensive player, so I kind of understand if you see Julius bringing the ball up or other things like that.
Right.
But Dennis Smith was in the game, and the offense was still literally, we're just going to pass to Randall in the post. Randall takes 3 dribbles, can't get anywhere. He passes it back out. Dennis Smith tries to get past his guy. He can't do it, so he passes to Marcus. Marcus tries to get past his guy, takes a jumper, makes it, and he made it a decent amount. But that is not something that's sustainable. And I remember what I tweeted. I said, we're going to get slaughtered in the regular season with an offense like this. Because you can't not run any system. You can only do that if you have the likes of Kevin Durant and these superstar players who can always score.
That are giving you 25 plus points, 30 points in the game. Right.
They don't need a play. But these guys are all role players. They literally need plays. That's the point of them. So I don't know. I don't want to be on Fizz too early. But man, the system is lacking. And you could see compared to the Hawks early, they're moving the ball. You could see they were moving the ball. Trae Young is insane, but you could see where they were moving the ball.
Yep.
Let's talk about RJ, and you could start off.
I'm very happy with RJ's progress. Yep. I mean, listen, I was not expecting him to come out and start playing this well this early. Yep. So I am happy with what I'm seeing with RJ. He had 12 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. Those are nice numbers. I'm happy with those numbers because to me, those numbers are only going to grow.
And he's doing everything.
He looks good on the court. He's confident.
Yep.
He's strong. I'm happy. I'm very happy with RJ. I have no complaints, actually.
Yeah, me too. Listen, he shot 4 for 14, which is pretty bad. However, given the game and the circumstances, I'm not going to put too much on him. And I'll say this. He just seems like it. He seems ready. He seems excited. Like, you could see he wants the pressure. He wants to be in New York. And he's not there yet compared to a lot of vets. But I can already see by next year, RJ will be the best player on this team. Like, I can already tell. Like, it's going to take him 1 year. I mean, Julius, we'll see if he'll be better than Julius. But it's going to take RJ 1 year. We could already see he has this sense of poise and this confidence about him that even these vets don't have. And it's because he's an elite talent, and he knows he's an elite talent. You know, at the time you're struggling early, RJ kept getting to the rim. He's strong, and his strength is keeping up at this level the way I didn't think it would.
So we're happy with him.
I'm very happy with RJ. You know, for me, it's like the shooting, obviously, 0 for 3 tonight, not great. But like you said, 12 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 assists
and 7 rebounds,
all round. We said this too earlier, when he's not scoring, he'll still be getting those stats overall. So that's great to see. And he played a little bit point guard tonight. You know, I tweeted as well.
He played a couple positions tonight.
Yeah, he did. And I tweeted, like, I don't know. It seems like Dennis, Frank, and Alfred, none of them want it. So I guess RJ's going to be the one to take it. Yeah. Speaking of Frank, again, offense is still not there. But and this is why you hang on to hope for him, because when he is like this on defense, he's changing the game. He came in that game and shut Trae Young down.
One of the things that I see with Frank, and it seems to be really unfortunate for him, is that whenever he does start to get aggressive with his play, he seems to get into some type of foul trouble.
Yep.
And the referees make these calls against him, and he gets pissed. And you see, that's actually when I saw the emotion tonight. He was getting upset about the calls that were getting made against him, because I think, as far as he's concerned, he didn't do anything wrong. He's doing the right play, and then he's getting called out on it. So then it's making him not want to play that aggressive,
he's worried,
which is then hindering his performance, because we want him to play aggressive.
It's like a cycle.
He's getting called out. So then it's like, okay, I can't play that. Towards the end of the game, there were a couple of moments there where I wanted him to shoot, but I knew that he wouldn't. Like, I absolutely 100% knew that he wouldn't. I looked at Trae Young, and I was like, him in that exact same position would 100% have made the shot.
Yeah, and different players as well. Like, Frank will never be the offensive guy Trae Young is.
I understand that.
Frank was able to be game-changing on defense. It was actually kind of shocking. Dennis had a couple of good minutes, and then he went out, and Frank came back in with like 4 minutes to go, and I was actually a bit surprised, because after he had like that nose thing, his nose was bleeding, whatever, I thought I thought that was it. And he comes in, and he's all over Trae Young, and you can see the Hawk offense just fell apart.
Yeah,
our defense got way better. The rotations were good. Frank had a nice block on Young, a nice strip on Reddish on the fast break where he hit it off his knee. And he made a good steal. Frank was just active, and he was causing.
He was, and it shows
much.
you. Yeah, and it shows you that even though he only had 2 points, he is. And again, looking at the score, it doesn't seem like he played that well, but you could see his off-ball play was what they needed. He's a great defensive player. He really is.
He rotates. He does everything right. He's gonna be a first-team All-NBA defense guy at some point in his career. But for him to wing that position, his shot has to fall, and he's really been shooting horribly all preseason. I think Fizdale is gonna love what he did tonight. One thing I'll say is I don't know if Frank really locked down anything to do with the point guard position, because I definitely think. Dennis looked a little bit better later, and I assume Dennis is going to have a much better game on Friday against Zion. But I will say, Frank has earned his minutes. So it may not be at the point guard spot, but the way he's played defense,
he's playing somewhere.
I think Fizz is going to basically use him as like a defensive weapon. He's like, okay, so Harden's out there scoring. Frank, I need you to just stay on Harden.
You just made a point about Dennis Smith Jr. playing well on Friday, and I remember you saying this to me earlier on before in the off season, that Dennis Smith Jr. likes to shine when there's stars and when it's like a big game.
Yeah.
So that to me, that's not necessarily what we want. So if he shows up and plays a much better game on Friday against Zion and the Pelicans, then I'm kind of like, no, you got to bring that game every night. You can't bring it just when you think that you're, playing against these big players.
Yeah, I'll give him a little bit of grace. It was his first game back injury. I felt like he was kind of favoring it. Like he kind of.
And when he fell.
I got worried. I got worried.
Shoot, his back is injured again.
Yeah, I don't need to think about any more players making.
And he had surgery on his knee also, right?
Yeah, his ACL tear back in college.
Yeah,
so
I saw the scar definitely tonight, and I was like, oh, that's the other injury.
That's the ACL tear. Yeah. So I mean, iffy game for DSJ, but I will let him have it. A couple more things. Bobby Portis, 16 points, 7 rebounds. Nice shooting tonight. Guys play late when Frank had that great rebound and passed it to him and he dunked it.
That was nice. That was really nice.
But again, another guy where I'm looking at Bobby Portis and I'm like, he started tonight and he was decent. He was efficient. But these guys on the Dunked On podcast, they made a great observation about him. And they said, Bobby's a gunner more than a shooter. And the idea behind this is there are guys like Steve Novak who are shooters. Meaning they don't need to touch the ball. They go in the corner, they get it, they shoot.
Right, and they shoot.
Gunners tend to need to shoot a lot more. Like they need to feel in rhythm, they need the ball, but they kind of break up the offense too. So I could see today, like Bobby Portis doesn't seem to me like the guy who's just going to sit there and hit the shots. Like he kind of needs to be moving.
Has to be in the game a bit, move a little bit and then score.
Which worries me because we do need guys who are literally just going to stay out there and shoot. You know, we were 7 of 30 tonight from 3, which is horrible. And we play basketball like a 90s team. You know, tonight was a great example. Really good defense. No 3-point shooting at all. Right. And it's been years now. We've just not been a good 3-point shooting team. And every game we're playing catch up because literally we're scoring 2 when every other team is scoring 3.
Yeah.
It's been happening for years now, you know. Yeah.
We got to get someone on the team who can score 3s.
You know, yeah. And we got Wayne Ellington this year. We got guys who maybe can do it, but we definitely need more shooting. That 54-win season, the 12-13 season with all the old guys and Melo, we like kind of fell backwards into shooting a crazy amount of 3s. Yeah. And we were one of the first teams in the league to do that. And then every year since, every team has passed us.
We've just gone down. Right.
Not got it, yeah.
I think Kevin can possibly step up to that, but he has a lot of stepping up to do. But I do think that if he practices that shot, that he could be that guy. And he doesn't have to give us a whole bunch of 3s, but a couple of 3s at crunch time when we need it.
Right. He was 2 for 6 today, which is okay. But interesting.
He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists.
Honestly, he only played 20 minutes, but he still shot 2 for 8, which isn't great either. Right. You know what's weird? It's like Knox and Kevin have been kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like they've been side stories this preseason.
Wait, hold on. You said Knox and Kevin.
Knox and Mitch. Knox and Mitch.
Okay.
No, oddly enough, they almost feel like afterthoughts in some ways. You know, Mitch was benched today. Knox and Mitch are both coming off the bench. Kind of weird when you think of like Frank Ntilikina played 21 minutes, Mitchell only played 18.
Yeah.
You know, kind of weird. I know Fizdale trying things out in the point guard position is one where we're going to see a lot of maneuvering, but it really does feel like all 3 point guards need to be melded into one guy, Alfred Ntilikina Jr.
Make a t-shirt.
you get the playmaking of
merge
them. Listen, I mean, none of them can shoot, which is still a problem, but at least you get the defense with Frank, the floor general basketball of Alfred, and Dennis Smith is athletic. He can get to the rim. But another crazy game at the Garden. Like I said.
And close game for the most part. I mean, I think the biggest lead was like a 7-point lead that they had, the Hawks had at some point. So that was good that the Knicks were able to keep them. Considering the fact that the Knicks had no offensive play and that no one was scoring, it's actually quite remarkable that they were only able to get 7 points ahead of them. I thought at a certain point, to be honest, I thought it was going to be another blowout game.
I looked at the score.
15-point game for sure. So seeing that the Knicks actually kept up with them was really good. And then down to the end, we still had an opportunity to win. If Randall had scored those two free throws.
I gotta talk about that. Randall actually really screwed up the ending for me. He misses those free throws. He makes a bad foul, I thought, too early. They had Trae Young in the backcourt. And Frank has such good defensive IQ because it was the Hawks were going to run out the clock.
Right.
The ball was in the backcourt. And obviously they're going to try to just run down the last, I think it was 19 seconds. But they kind of had Trae Young trapped.
Yep.
And Frank knew not to foul because he's like, hey, maybe we could pressure him for
I saw that. I saw when he kind of did almost like a step back. Like he was like, no, I'm not going to foul him.
He's like, if we just like, let's instead of fouling him and letting him get shots, what if we like bothered him for like 3 more seconds? Maybe.
Yeah.
Randall immediately comes in and just runs into him. Like, I'm watching it, it's just like, But, you know, that's Frank's defensive IQ. It's really high up there, and that's why he's such a potentially valuable piece. But my guy, you've got to hit shots. Like, you have to hit like a couple of shots late. I'm like, you just have to hit. And it's more annoying because again, and I want to go over this again, but his form is fine. And it's annoying to see someone with good form.
It's up here. It's up here. And even though it was the opposing team, we have to give Vince Carter a special mention because he had a heat check that I know you were loving. I know you were loving it. Even though he was on the opposing team, I know you were loving it.
Listen, I'm a sucker for heat checks. And when guys are going off, you can't help it. Vince Carter, 42, 43 years old.
Yeah.
Someone said you could have tweeted out. Well, you couldn't tweet because it would have been too old.
Right.
You could post or say somewhere, Vince Carter is killing it at the Garden tonight. And you wouldn't know if you meant 2000 or 2019.
Nice.
He went off. And it's good to see everybody loves Vince Carter. Yeah. But man, he looked like 24.
Yep.
Hitting those crazy threes. Nothing else major. Mitch came off the bench. Was okay. Only 18 minutes. Taj Gibson again. Hitting those threes. Got me calling long distance. I love it. But, we looked like Fizdale said all preseason that we worked on defense. And I have to say, we really look like a defensive team today. 100 points allowed in an NBA game in 2019, even though we scored 96, but still is a pretty good feat. You know what I mean? In terms of keeping a team to that low. And you could see that fourth quarter when they picked up the defensive intensity, that it kind of felt like 90s Knicks a bit. The problem is it's 2019 and we have to
we got to score.
We got to score. It's not going to work. You want to see a mix of both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the defense is good and I was happy with what I saw on that end, but we got to play on the other end as well. So
yeah, there's gotta be some kind of offensive system, man. This idea that guys are just gonna try and see what happens, gonna get exposed. So we'll see. We got Zion on Friday, so
yeah. So kind of a little bit back to my point of Fizdale, in that as much as I like Fizdale and I think he's done a great job with the team, he needs to now show that he can coach this team and they can score and have some plays that make sense and have the right combinations of guys out there that can actually play together. I feel as of right now, I still haven't actually seen the guys make, you see that team out there and you're like, yeah, you know how these guys are going to play together.
Yeah.
You see them like, look at, when we got to sit up close, seeing the guys like make that eye contact and know like, yeah, I know you're going to be over there. I know I can throw this to you. I know I can throw it around the back or whatever. I'm not seeing any of that cohesiveness
at all. It was so apparent early because the Hawks were passing the ball and moving so well. And on our end, like everything felt so slow. The ball wasn't moving. Guys were just taking 100 dribbles to try to get into ISO move. The Hawks are running around, guys here, guys there, moving open threes. It feels antiquated for the current NBA. And that's worrying. Perry did bring in some guys who can hit some threes. And like I said, I think we need more. I think we definitely need one of Frank or Knox to really hit some jumpers. Dotson and Trae didn't play at all tonight. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, this rotation, it's so funny. Last year, there's a lot of talk of Fizz not liking Frank. Frank's getting his minutes. All of a sudden, Dotson was injured, but ISO Zoe's been like out of it completely. And ISO Zoe has played decent enough. You wonder if Fizz just doesn't like that style. But then again, all those guys are doing exactly what ISO Zoe does. So so it's the same thing. So I don't know. What I can say though is Knicks fans definitely be excited about RJ. He really looks and feels the part. I think he's gonna be more of like a 15-7-7 guy than like a 20-point per game scorer to start. But he's about it. I like what I see. I'm really happy with the pick, man. Even though we missed out on Zion.
He's gonna keep growing in the direction that he is, and he's going to be a phenomenal player. He's going to be a superstar. He is. I think he's going to be a superstar.
It feels different, doesn't it? You can just kind of tell.
It's different this time.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Peace.
As always, thanks again for watching our video. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. That way you'll know every time that we post a new video. And check out some of our other stuff.